Good evening, lovely tubers. My name is the White Mexican, and welcome to Market Watch Investments. I have a plethora of cards that I'll be showcasing for you guys tonight, and I do hope that you will enjoy. Getting things kickstarted tonight is going to be Edge Imp Chain. This is going to be the super rares dawning out of Fusion Enforcers, and this is going for some pretty spicy price points here. Starting market price is going to be about 8 bones, first edition near mints here, and it continues to calculate some value. Continuous value after that. If we switch over to bulk price stacks here, again it's going to be 8+ pretty much all across the board. So if you guys aren't using this, if you have extra copies, I think it's a great sell target. Alternatively, there is also 2 common variants which are going for a couple bones too, so if you guys want to select those, there's some opportunity there for you guys. Next is going to be Patchwork. So this is the original OG print as an ultra rare dawning from Dual Power, and this is going for about 3-ish, 4 bones, give or take, after you factor in shipping. For near mint first editions, lightly played, pretty much across the board. And if we switch over to bulk prices, it's goes a phantom under 5 bones after that. So again, just a couple bones here and there. So a card that you could potentially slang if you want to, you know, do some quick calculations here. Imperial Order is going to be next. So this is banned. It came back for a little bit and then quickly went right back onto the ban list. And this is just a fantastic card. This is the original print Generation 1 PSV Pharaoh Servant Secret Rare variants for near mint first edition. These are extremely affordable right now. They're under 20 bones for near mint first edition OG prints. I think this is a fantastic buy. Unfortunately, there's not really bulk prices at bulk stacks for this price. These are all 1 stacks here, but they're all pretty much under 20 bones for the last couple ones here. If we try to switch over to bulk prices, obviously it increases significantly for bulk prices, but for the onesie twosies, it's very, very inexpensive given that it is, you know, first edition and condition of near mints. If we switch over to lightly playeds, it's going to be a little bit less here. A couple bones, and then again it's going to be the same prices for bulk prices. If we switch over to unlimiteds, just out of curiosity, there is a stack of near mint unlimiteds for 7. Again, this isn't a terrible buy, even though it's not first edition. It's significantly more affordable than the first editions. So again, this is very much Generation 1, so this is acceptable just because it's near mint. Now, I wouldn't invest in anything that's not like absolutely near mint. Core TCG is a fantastic seller. I've never had any issues with him, so I think you guys would be pretty squared away with that playset there. Alternatively, I wanted to take a look at the Duelist Saga ultra rares. Duelist Saga again has amazing history merit on its own. The only set in the TCG that has a special like lightsaber looking ultra rare hollow foiling. I appreciate it. I don't like a lot of ultra rares personally myself, but I really do like ultra rares from Duelist Saga. They look really, really nice. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at the first edition bulk prices for this, and there is about 2 bones here for this playset, and then jumps to about 5. Still, I would feel more so like 2-3 bones is like a more target area, more desirable for picking this card up for bulk, but still 5 isn't so terrible. This is an amazing card, and again, Duelist Saga just looks really, really fantastic. So I just wanted to highlight that really quick. Next is going to be AntiSpell Fragrance. So this has grown in popularity. This is always kind of being like swapped in and out of the meta. Fantastic side card, and this is the highest rarity as Prismatic Secret Rare from the Power of Chaos game promo here. We're going to be looking at near mint copies. This is the highest rarity of this card in the TCG, and starting market price for English copies is going to be a phantom under 40 bones for near mints. If we switch over to lightly playeds, it's going to drop down to about 27 for the first onesie stacks. And then if we want to bolster up to bulk prices, it's going to be 30 bones for lightly played, and then about 40 for near mint for bulk prices. So fantastic for the highest rarity. There are some other healthier alternatives, such as the Dual Tornado 4 Rare, which is really nice, and there's a couple Ultras. I like the Battles of Legend Light's Revenge one, because that's like OG Gen 1, the first Battles of Legend, which has really cool history merit because it's the first set that holofoiled the attribute the attribute symbol here and like the level stars and monsters and stuff. So great transition history made on that one. But I think because the prismatic secrets, I have several of the prismatic secrets myself. They look very, very nice. But what's really going to take it away for me personally is going to be the OTS1, being that that's a very first OTS1 super rares, which look really, really fantastic. And these aren't as affordable as they used to be. Obviously this card's growing in, you know, great popularity, but unfortunately there's no stacks available. Those are just OCG variants, so you're gonna have to kind of pick through these onesie twosies, and it's going for roughly around 4 to 5-ish bones, give or take, after you factor in shipping. So not so much available from that one, but this is an all-around great alternative in my personal opinion compared to the prismatic secret. Next is gonna be Rivalry of the Warlords. So I actually just figured out the kind of ruling on this, and I actually started teching this in as a 3-stack in my zombie builds. This is fantastic with Zombie World. Maybe I'm the only Yu-Gi-Oh player in like all of the universe that didn't know that you can lock your opponent out from summoning monsters from the hand when Zombie World is alive with Warlords, and that's just a ridiculous combo. I personally like it a lot. Obviously there's a lot of reach rounds, but it can hold a really tight game if they don't have any outs, and it's pretty fantastic. You got to be careful because it potentially locks you out of your extra deck depending on what you're playing. A lot of the zombie extra decks are not zombies, besides like maybe Sucker if you're playing teching in some of the vampire cards. And then obviously like Nether Soul, but other than that, you get to be really careful. One thing I also learned about this from practicing online is you can still set cards. You can set cards face down to kind of get around this card, but you obviously can't, you know, summon stuff face up. But that's a kind of one way to go around this, which is a little bit slower, but it kind of just is. It is what it is. Starting market price for this for first edition copies is gonna be roughly around 4-ish bones after you factor in shipping. If that's for lightly played, then it goes to about 5 for near mint prices. And we're gonna switch over to bulk prices, check out what the availability is, and it's gonna be about a Phantom Hunter 6 bones for bulk prices for near mint first edition. There's a fat stack of 37 right here for super games. So this is a really great alternative. This is the second hollow foil that we have. There is also a Dark Revs common, and the original first editions are pretty cool too if you want to get those from Magician's Force, very much Generation 1. And then if you guys want to go all out, of course there's the Collector's Rare from King's Court. Now I'm not a big fan of Collector's Rare. I have seen a couple of these in person. They do actually look very sharp. It's so much more expensive than the supers. I would really just recommend you guys just get a playset of first edition supers, and if they become lightly played, it's not really a big deal. I know some players like to play high rarity. I personally don't. You wouldn't catch me dead playing this card. I would, if I had it, it would be in a top loader, and I would just save it because it looks really nice, and this is a really strong card depending on what you combo it with. But the supers are fine, personally, in my opinion. But if you guys are interested, there's starting market price is going to be about 80 bones for this, and here it is. It does look really, really sharp, personally, I think. And then it kind of just trickles up after that, and it looks like the first stack here is going to be 90 bones for near mint first edition, and 2 pages availability, so pretty sharp on that. Next is going to be TG Hyper Librarian. So this is, I'm not really sure what this is comboing off of. Maybe Sword Soul. I know Sword Soul does a lot of synchroing. I think that's kind of like the most like dominant deck for synchros right now currently in the meta. But this is a really great card. This is technically this highest rarity. There is a secret, but I mean this one I think is a little bit more rare than the secret. The secret is more valuable though. It's more expensive, so that's kind of interesting enough. Lightly played variants of this original Shonen Jump Ultras are going to be about 5-ish to 6 for lightly played, and then about 7 for near mint copies. And there is a fat stack of 26 here near mint for 8 bones. I think this is a pretty spicy buy. I don't think that this 8 price is going to stand for that long. This is my personal variant. Again, I don't like ultras, but Shonen Jump is part of the very small pocket of ultra rares that I really do like. And then alternatively, there also is the Legendary Collection 5D secret rares, which are significantly more expensive, specifically for the first edition copies. It's going to be pretty much 12 bones for lightly played first edition copies, and then about 16 for near mint. So I would much rather just get a Shonen Jump ultra rare promo for 8. So structure deck, Crystal Beasts. is coming out in the end of September. There is rumor that Ash Blossom is to be reprinted in this. It was part of the OCG list, and everyone knows the OCG list doesn't match up with the TCG's list, but there is rumor about it. I am a personal believer that I do think that we will get the reprint of Ash, and if we do happen to get the reprint of Ash in this structure deck, I believe they will make it a holo foil as a super rare, just the same as they did for Cyber Strike and the super rare variant of Impermanence. Now, this is just my educated guess, this is just White Mexican theory, but I personally do believe that we will get Ash in this structure deck and that it will be a super rare, which is a really big deal. Time will tell. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I think this is a really solid investment, and the closer that we get to the release date of this product, I think it just looks like a spicier and spicier investment. So TCG Player for some reason is like extremely expensive for the preloads on this, so skip me on that. But if we switch over to the eBay platform, they're still not available for some reason. They only have the OCG variants, and then they have like some rip-off artist priced here for a 3-stack, which is just insane. So skip all those and go ahead and head over to Blowout Cards or whatever alternative platform that you guys want, where you can get boxes of 8 for $65 or a 12 box of 8 for $745. You break down the math, it comes out to about like a little bit 8-ish, 8 plus 8 and some change, so under MSRP of 10 bones per structure deck. And again, not only is this a great investment for sealed hold first edition collectability purposes, being that, you know, the fanboy fodder behind Crystal Beast and all that, again, the reprints have really great potential in this set. Okay, moving on is going to be Legendary Duelist Duels from the Deep. So this was a total crash set. This totally bombed out. You can see this massive downscale here. Boxes are going for a lowly 40 bones here on TCG Player, and if you check the eBay platform, you can probably find them for even more affordable. I'm sure their sellers are selling even cheaper than 40 bones per box. I mean, first edition box sealed. Now, what's interesting about this, it's definitely a gamble. I'm not saying you guys should do it, but I'm just saying that there is potential for opportunity and the decline of this set. If we go into this set, there is Forbidden Droplet as an ultra rare. Now, I know, I get it, gag me with a spoon, it's an ultra rare, it's disgusting, no one likes it, but it is very much one of the more attainable reprints. I don't remember if this got a other ultra rare. I think it did. Didn't it get an ultra rare reprint in the tins? So the ultimate rare, no. Okay, so this is the first ultra rare reprint. So we got 2 nice secrets, which are just, you know, really good money, and of course the ultimate, which just looks fantastic, but it also has a fat price point. So this is the first ultra rare reprint. It's the most accessible one. Now, checking the market price on this, it's about 60 bones, almost 60 bones. There's a stack of 16 here, near mid first edition, 58, 59 bones. So it's almost 60 bones here. Pretty good on the market, you know, the 16 stack, 30 stack. So if you just get one of these, if you get one of these, again, I didn't crack this set. I only know one other player here in my local area that bought, I think they bought a case, and they cracked several, and they got, actually, I think they got 6 or maybe 7 droplets. So they definitely didn't break even. Maybe they did, depending on how affordable they got their decks, because I think they pre-ordered this set. But the boxes are so cheap, like all you need is just one of these. So it definitely is a gamble. It's completely up to you guys. Again, I'm not saying this is like a steal deal, but just keep in mind that the boxes are cheaper than just one droplet. And then of course there's the hunt of getting 101 as a ghost, which actually looks pretty smooth, and I actually really like this card a lot. I wouldn't really much care else. I mean, there's a couple other onesie-twosie cards in here. There are a couple bones, but really these two are really going to be the only ones that you're going to be able to sell quickly and have a good turnover. So Splight is coming, Power of the Elements is coming in August, and I'm really excited about this set. I'm really on the fanboy train of Splight, and I'm really getting ready to kick it off here. And totally awesome is, you know, frog awesome, swap frog, all that water based engine is gonna be is projected to be one of the best variants of this. So we're gonna go ahead and look at the original Prince of Invasion and Vengeance. Starting market price for this near mint first edition is gonna be about 41 bones. Starting market price. The first stack here is gonna be for 43 for lightly played first edition. There's gonna be about 3 pages of availability on this. Of course, there is the 2017 mirrored secret rares, which look just as nice as the original prints in my personal opinion, and they're pretty much about the same price, a couple bones less. They're 32 here for lightly played first editions. If you want near mint, they're going to be 34, and for stack prices it's about 40 bones. So great. Really, these early are only options because this is just utterly disgusting and just no one really cares about it. Bahamut Shark is going to be next. The original Rising Abyss secret rares. These are going about, for first edition copies, lightly played 32, and for near mint it's going to be about 39-ish, 40 give or take. If you want bulk prices, there is going to slightly played is going to be 32, and near mint is going to be 40. Now there is a saving grace for this. We do have an OTS super rare, which is really going to be the only other attainable one. This is just disgusting, and this is also equally as disgusting. But the super rares are very, very nice in my personal opinion. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at bulk prices for this. Starting bulk prices near mint are going to be around 3-4 bones, pretty much all across the board here. So up to you guys on that. Next is going to be Swap Frog. So this is the highest rarity OTS Tournament Pack 3 as an ultimate rare. This card looks gorgeous. This card has, you know, been a very infamous card for quite some time, and you know, it's a needed card for the engine, and Splite is going to definitely be utilizing this. So obviously this is insanely expensive, 300 plus, pretty much all across the board. These are for the near mint copies. We can, you know, tech in some lightly played action if you guys want to, but near mints are more affordable than lightly playeds apparently for some reason. It's just interesting. But for the rest of us in reality, there is the ultra rares, which you guys can go for. Personally, I mean, I honestly, I would much rather just have, at this point, like, well, let's see what ultra rares are going for, because if there's a significant price difference between the ultras and the commons, I hate ultras so much, I loathe them so much, that I would literally just rather play a playset of first edition commons, original prints. So you're going to need 3 of these, so I'm just going to go ahead and start off with stacks, and they're pretty much 5 bones. First edition light plaids are 5 bones, and near mints are about 5 bones too. So really not that expensive by any means. Let's go ahead and take a look at commons and see if there's a significant price differentiation for first editions exclusively lightly played near mint stacks. And these are pretty much the same price, so just get the ultra, I guess. I mean, if this was like 1-2 bones, then yeah, I would definitely get the commons. Like, you know, I wouldn't much really care about the ultras, because, but since they're literally like almost like mirrored price, you might as well just get the disgusting ultra rares. Make sure you get first editions though. Black Rose Dragon, Seesaw, Crossroads of Chaos. Man, say that 10 times fast. The original ultra rares here are going for insanely good money. This isn't the ultimate rare, this isn't the ghost rare, these aren't the 10 secret rares, these are just the ultra rares from the original set. If you have near mint first editions, this is a pretty good sell target right now, unless you have some kind of, this, it's kind of funny, this is inaccurate. This is the 10 secret rare. I don't know why this is inaccurately listed, so good luck to that one. But here it is. It's about 70 bones, and then there's a 1 stack here, and then after that goes to 103 bones. Again, this is specifically for the original ultras, first edition near mint, but this is a really good price. So there's a lot of really like greater alternatives to this card, so this is definitely a good sell target in my personal opinion if you can find a buyer. Foolish Burrito is going to be next. This is going to be the Dual Terminal 5 commons. It's a really great card, really great rarity, and lightly plays are going to be about 4-ish, 5 bones after you factor in shipping. There's a stack of 9 here for about 4.5, and then there's another fat stack of 25 for near mint for about 5. So really great card. Alternatively, of course, there's some secret rare variants. Was there 1 or 2 secret rares? So there's 1 secret rare variant. There's the very collectible Turbo Pack Super, which again is just insanely expensive. When we have things like DT, like original OG, like high quality DT, and secret rare first editions, I don't really care much for the alternative art. It looks cool, but they made it an ultra rare, so that's just makes me want to barf. Battles of Legend isn't, you know, again, just because this card is relatively affordable, I don't know if it's 4 or if it's 6, but when we have stuff like Secret Rare First Edition and we have DT, these are always going to reign supreme over like anything else to me, even the supers. I mean, I had the super and I ended up trading it for, I think, a couple copies of First Edition Tour Guide. It was part of like a trade with like maxis and tour guides, like original First Edition secrets and a whole bunch of stuff. So I got rid of this relatively quick, but I held on to my First Edition secrets and my Foolish or DT variants because they're just amazing. Shadal's is going to be next. So Shadal's is an amazing engine. It's very splashable. You can mix in with a lot of different stuff. Shadal Showdown was one of the most amazing structure decks investments I ever made. When this came out, I believe it was 2020 when it came out. I went to like every single Walmart, every single Target, and completely bought all these, like, you know, sealed First Edition structure decks out. It's an amazing investment. I'm, you know, really big into investing in structure decks. Really believe that you invest in them, you know, hold them for collectability purposes, for sealed First Edition, and it's really, really great. And if we just even look like in the structure deck alone, like there's some pretty good value. It's not like insane value anymore because some of the stuff got reprinted. Like it used to be the only alternative artworks of Construct for a while until the Megatins donned the Prismatic Secret. But it used to be, you know, we got like, you know, a $6 Super Poly, and a couple dollar Shaddy Fusion, and Allure of Darkness, and Instant Fusion, and Foolish Burial, and, you know, all the original stuff here. But it was Winda. So Winda, and the one that removes cards from play from the graveyard, not Winda, that was Wendy. This one, Ariel and Wendy were solo prints until they got reprinted as, I believe, ultra rares, which is really disgusting. I'd much rather just have these original First Edition secrets, which, by the way, this is insanely affordable right now. You know, skip on the ultra rares, just go for these First Edition. Bulk prices is just insane, and this is a really, really great card. Fat Sack of 119 under 0.5 bone. You're at First Edition, count me in. It's amazing. And then really quick, I wanted to take a look at the original prints of Wendy, because, you know, that everyone loves some Wendy in their life. And again, this is just insane and just amazing artwork, an amazing card. This was such a blowout structure deck. I love Shadal so much. So First Edition, near mint, bulk prices, insane, like 0.5 a bone, pretty much all across the board. Very, very accessible. Stack of 19 here for a bone. Really, really great stuff. Okay, so that was the structure deck, but all around, there's some pretty interesting things going on here with Shadal's. They're always going up and down. They're a fan favorite deck. They're always going to be around. They're always going to be bled into the meta. They're always mixed in with something, you know, really spicy. And this is like taking me forever to go back to the... So really quick, let's go ahead and take a look at the ultimate rares of Construct here. So personally, I really do appreciate the Prismatic Secrets first, honestly. This is really great because, of course, it is ultimate rare, which is awesome. But let's go ahead. I wouldn't get a non-First Edition. If you're going to go all out, if you're going to go ultimate rare, you have to go First Edition. So about 85 bones near mint First Edition starting market price. There is a stack here for 90. So completely up to you guys on that. I highly recommend that you get the Prismatic Secrets. They look not as nice, but they still look good enough. They're really, really nice, and they're insanely, you know, in bulk prices and very, very affordable. Let's take a peek at Shiganaga. Someone commented earlier in one of my videos about this card, so it got me kind of curious to see where this is sitting at for near mint First Edition. It's about 23 bones. So given that this is highest rarity, you know, near mint First Edition, that's not too terribly bad. I don't personally run this in my build. It's not that it's not a bad card. It just space is a little constricted sometimes. So this isn't, you know, really great artwork on this one too. I believe there's a secret rare variant as well. Windows have calmed down. They're still kind of a pretty penny, but they've calmed down a lot. Fusion's calmed down a lot in price. One thing I wanted to take note of is Beasts. OTS super rare Beasts. So, and I know we have ultra rares, but again, you guys know how I feel about ultra rares. So OTS supers really are really nice. I think they look really good. So let's take a look at I guess there's no near mints. It's kind of interesting. So these have gone up. They're about 5 for some Deutsch, and then about 7, and then just trickles up after that. So apparently these are, like, there's not a lot of these left, which is interesting. And then also, we don't want to forget about the OTS super rare variant of Dragon as well, which is the back row popper, which is really, really cool, which we just got not that long ago. And I don't think I only have like a couple of these myself. But let's not forget about this card, because this is still a very needed card, at least a one of, in my personal opinion. It's about 3 bones. Lightly plays about 3 bones, and then your mints are about 4. It looks like the first stack is here for 12, and it's going to be about 3 plus. So not too bad. Definitely something to keep in mind. Again, this is the only hollow foil variant that we have. I believe the original was a rare, if I'm not mistaken. So anyway, all around, just amazing stuff. So Shadal's, ladies and gentlemen, it's really great stuff. Okay, and the next will be number 23. So I've discovered this card like way back in the day, and I'm a huge Dark World player. I love Dark World so much, and obviously this is a rank 8, and this is just I've kind of like forgotten like what a great card this is. There's a lot of diversity to this. It's dark, it's a rank 8. It's kind of weak at only 2k, but its effect definitely makes up for it. If you guys don't know what it does, pause this video. It's generic level 8 too, so any kind of level 8, which is pretty awesome. This is growing in popularity, and I can see why. You can see the price trends here. Starting market price for lightly played for this variant, for the it's the manga promotional cards, ultra rares. So the highest rarity that we have here from for this card in the TCG, pretty much about 14-15 bones all across the board. There is a stack here, 29 for 15. Alternatively, there is the super rares, which again, it's very much a special edition promo, which I really don't like. These come out very cheap, and I don't like these. One of the only ones that I really do like is actually going to be Effect Veiler from the special edition variant of Order of Chaos. That's really like one of the only ones that I really like personally from this type of reprint. But anyway, these are going for about 5-ish bone, give or take, for about lightly played. Near mints are going to be about 5-6, and there's looks like about 4 bones for the stack of 8 for lightly played, and then 5 for the stack of 5. So anyway, may go down, may go up, all around a really great card. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to leave you guys on, and I may have given away, maybe I spoke too soon, but I'm really overly joyed and excited about some new support that was announced not too long ago, that has released or is about to release. I'm not really sure. I have to kind of dip in more in myself in OCG in Japan, in the OCG. And it's one of my all-time favorite decks of all time. It was one of the first decks I picked up in, what was it, like 2011-ish, 2012 era. I can't really remember. White Mexican's getting old. It's one of my all-time favorite decks. It's really amazing, and I'm gonna leave you with this last card to have you guys thinking about it. If you guys know the next deck that I'm super excited about, that we're getting new support for after all these years, and comment below if you guys know what's the next deck that I'm referencing to. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. If you guys have enjoyed this content, please share it with someone that you believe will also enjoy it. The world is a dark place and life is very difficult. Be aware that you never know what others are enduring. Please remember to be a friend, be a brother, be a sister. Love and encourage those that surround you always. I hope you guys are making some fantastic Yu-Gi-Oh! Investments yourself. This has been a showcasing by The White Mexican, and I'll see you in the next video.